This is the blue screen of death for the Windows 10. Usually it is easily recognizable by its frowny face. The important part is the code at the bottom. This will tell you what kind of error you have in order to help us fix your problem. Now that you know that your blue screen error, you can go to the Microsoft website and look up the error by typing it into the search at the top. I'll have this link in the description. It's a list of all of them. It makes it easier for you to search through them. Once you've typed it in, click on it and see what causes the issue. And then you can scroll down a little bit and you can look at the resolution. Most of the time it'll be something that you can fix. Unfortunately for this particular one, I need to reinstall Windows. If your blue screen of death is consistent enough, you might be able to go into the settings and click on the Update and Security tab, and then click on the Troubleshooting tab and run the blue screen of death troubleshooter. Otherwise, you are going to need to know the error code and stop codes. Another thing we can do is go to the event viewer, and we're going to make a few custom views. That way we can view our errors and critical and warnings. So we're going to click on create custom view, click on critical, and in event we're going to select everything under the Windows logs. I think you don't need the forwarded events, but it's fine. Typically I just use security and system, but for this we're going to do everything. And we're going to click OK, and we're going to call this one criticals or critical errors, really whatever you want, but I think it just makes sense to call it critical errors because that's what they are. What this will do is to sort through all the things in your event viewer. That way you can just see them. Usually you don't really care to see normal things like updates and such, but it is important to see if you have any problems on your computer. So we're going to do this again and call the next one errors, and finally we're going to make another one for warnings. Now I'm going to look through my critical errors by clicking on the critical tab and clicking on one of the errors. I'll be able to read what the issue is, and I'll be able to see whether or not I can fix this issue. For me, I have a power cycling issue. I think it's because I turn off my computer while restarting it too often. Another way we can find out what critical issues we have on our computers by using MSInfo. We type in MSInfo32 and run it as administrator, and then we're going to export the data to a text file. Usually you can name it msinfo.txt, and it'll actually take between 5 and 10 minutes depending on how many errors you have or how long you've used this computer. Once it's done, wherever you save the file, usually it defaults to documents. Go ahead and open it. So I'm going into my documents folder and clicking on my MSInfo. I'm scrolling all the way down, but then I decide that I'm going to use the Control F to find Windows error reporting. And here we can see all of the issues I've had on my computer recently. One way we can go about fixing this is by looking one by one and seeing what programs are causing the errors. Now that we've discovered our computer issue by either looking at our critical errors or our blue screen of death stop code, a common way to fix most of these issues is by using a program called CCleaner. What it does is it looks for issues in your computer, and it will basically just delete registry files that shouldn't exist and clean up any extra cookies or temporary files that you no longer need, along with a lot of other things like being able to delete programs that you usually wouldn't be able to delete easily. Yeah, it's a pretty handy tool. You do want to back up the registry if you're going to use it to fix the registry issues. I have never come across an issue with it in the past before though. After you've done the CCleaner scan, you can open up command prompt and do a system file checker. The system file checker scan will scan all protected system files and replace corrupt files with a cached copy that is located somewhere else in the PC. While we've got command prompt open, let's go ahead and do a check disk by typing in chkdsk. This will check to make sure our hard drives are fine and working properly. Finally, what you can do is a DISM scan, which is similar to the system file checker, but a little bit more precise. Actually, most people use this over system file checker since Windows 10 because it works more often than not in Windows 10 than the system file checker. You're going to use the /scan health for a quick check to see if there's any issues, and then /restore health to fix it if there are any issues. Remember to add spaces in between each part. The last thing I can recommend you to do is to download a antivirus. Perhaps the reason why your computer is blue screening is some sort of virus. One I would highly recommend is MalwareBytes antivirus. It has a 14-day free trial and it has all of its premium features within that free trial. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have any other issues you'd like for me to help you with, and have a great day.